Good evening, everybody. Could you please take your seats and settle down? Thank you. I'm Dan Schachner. I'll be your announcer for the evening. Hello. How are you? Are we settled? You all look really good tonight. You smell really good, too. I'm excited. A public service announcement for you guys. It was Katharine's birthday a couple of days ago. But here's the deal. She is, you may know, kind of shy. So let's not make a big deal of the fact that she turned 40, or I forget what it was. But the point is, she turned another year on the calendar, and it's kind of a big deal for us, but not for her, because she's really shy. So please, guys, if it comes up, keep it cool, all right? All right, without any further ado, ladies and gentlemen, Alex, you can cue the music. Tell the Bartender and your host, Katharine Heller!
That was unexpected. Thank you for coming to Tell the Bartender. I am your host, Katharine Heller. This is the storytelling podcast where we hang out and we hear people's stories. What's going on, you guys? Oh my goodness. We have an amazing show. We have musician, comedian, awesome person, Chris Morris is here. Give it up for Chris Morris. We have actor, comedian, activist, Janeane Garofalo is here. Pretty awesome. With me to my left is my barback, my main man. You may know him as the Puppy Bowl ref on Animal Planet. Dan Schachner is here. Amazing. Now, Dan, you know Janeane. You've met before.
Oh, we've met.
Yeah. I mean, in what capacity?
In a Puppy Bowl capacity?
I mean, so like she's a big fan of the Puppy Bowl, and
I'm gonna break this down for you, and she's not here yet, right? So I can talk about this.
No,
guys. This Puppy Bowl job is a coveted job. I'm very proud and honored to have it.
Yeah, I want it.
Have it all these years. A lot of people want it.
Yeah.
Every year there seems to be a new hot celebrity that wants it, and this is true.
Yeah.
2 years ago it was John Krasinski,
yes.
the guy from The Office, wanted it. He publicly said he wanted it. Last year was Sebastian Arcelus, this actor from House of Cards.
Screw him.
Still. And then this year, Janeane Garofalo has hinted at possibly wanting this job.
Oh, she'd be great. She'd be great, Dan. Well, anyway, all right, great. So I normally
it
like
hurts. That's all I'm saying. It hurts.
Well, Dan is here to play Craigslist Ad or casting notice with our guests, and later, bar talk with one of you guys to win some prizes. Mm-hmm. We have amazing sponsors and amazing prizes. So let's get started. Yeah, stay up here. You're going to help me with this part.
Love to. Great.
Normally I like to start off with like a story. And something happened a few months ago. Some of you, clap your hands if you were here for the Tate Donovan, Leslie Mizell show. All right. You might remember that my sister was sort of the star of the opening. My sister has dated, this is true, Academy Award-winning screenwriters, people who've won Grammys, and also a lot of losers. But she's great, and but she dates a lot of artists, and she has an amazing nephew named Christian. My son, my nephew named Christian. We'll get to his name in a second. But she sent me an email a few months ago, and the subject line was Artist of the Week. And I thought, oh, cool, she's dating outside of like a new medium, a painter. You know, I've done it, wouldn't recommend it, but it's, all right. And I click open the email, and my nephew at his school was named Artist of the Week. He's 2. So attached were 3 photos of his artwork. But better than that, teachers on the Upper West Side, shocking, were paid to write a description of what his artistic intention was. So if you wouldn't mind with me, audience, we're going to deconstruct Christian's artwork. Is that all right?
Yes.
All right, Dan here is going to help me. He's going to help me out because he is going to, for the people listening at home, this is an audio podcast. He is going to describe what the photo is, and then I will tell what the teacher said it was. So let's get the lights. Let's get this started. First of all,
I have not seen these pictures yet.
No. This is not prepared. His name is Christian, but just so you know, when he got his passport back, because apparently babies have passports now, this is what she got back. For those of you, this is real. I did not Photoshop this. It says Christ fan. We share a last name, Christ fan Heller. Someone in the government thought that was okay. So it took her a while. And by the way, he looks terrified in that photo. The first year of his life, he looked terrified. This is just proof. I mean, maybe it's because he only has 2 shirts. He looks kind of like that meme with the gopher that does, you know what I'm talking about, the gopher that does like this? That, yeah. He looks like that gopher. But it's cool. He's older now. He's learning to smile. Yeah, there he is.
Which one is he?
Sitting in a stranger's lap. Go on.
He's the one on the right?
He is. Yes, Dan. You're going to do real well with this game. So, Dan, are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to show you and the audience the first of 3 photos. I'm sorry, not photos. Paintings. And you tell the audience what it actually is, and I'll read the teacher's description.
I'll describe it as best I can.
As best you can.
Okay.
This is called, just so you know it has a name, fall collage.
So for those listening at home, it's a piece of black construction paper with that someone has spat upon.
All right, that's correct.
Violently. And added a piece of red chewing gum in the middle. And then the rest is just confetti from a parade that happened to be passing by.
We did not rehearse it. That was great, and that is accurate. But here's what the teacher said. Christian created his fall collage with the use of glue, cut up pieces of construction paper, and cotton balls. Our fall collages were inspired by the vibrant colors within the autumnal season. We read books and poems that help the children visualize the beauty of the autumnal season. Now, I asked my sister, I emailed her right back, and I said, I don't see any fucking cotton balls. And she emailed me right back, she's in the middle, and he painted over. And I was like, slut. Anyway. So this is the second one, Dan. Mm-hmm. And this is called chalk drawing. Mm-hmm. Dan, what is this?
So someone took the same piece of black construction paper, turned it around, pressed it up against a chalkboard that had real writing on it, and this is what you get.
Correct. Mm-hmm. Well, this is what the teacher said it was. Christian was given black construction paper and chalk to draw lines. Christian explored with various colors, no he didn't, to create
No, he didn't.
his drawing. He created a colorful art piece. This activity used to help the children to develop their fine motor skills. You know that the teacher writing this is like, it's 3 a.m, she's high. She gets paid a lot, it's Upper West Side, so she deserves it. Okay, so that is the final one. Dan, what is this? This one does not have a name. Mm-hmm. By the way, it speaks for itself. It is untitled. Okay.
So, the great thing is we've switched colors now.
Oh, all right.
There's a new piece of construction paper that's been pulled out from the drawer, and it's that glitter paint. It's that silvery glitter paint that dripped from the can.
All right, great.
Yeah.
This is what
it's an accident, is what I'm saying.
Oh.
The whole thing is an accident.
Dan has 2 children, so he can say that. This is what the teacher said.
Yeah.
Christian's art piece in the classroom was with the use of dot paint. He used silver and green to create circular splatters on the paper. And that's it. I think the teacher was getting real tired.
Yeah.
It's like, what do I... Thesaurus, how else do you say artistic? So anyway, so that was really fun. But then she sent me, because this is what you do, his report card, which, by the way, is way longer than any report card I've ever gotten. But I think my favorite part is goals for your child. We've been encouraging Christ fan in the following areas. Sitting and listening at the table during snack. To keep his fist out of his mouth.
Yeah.
And keeping his hands to his own body and his body in his own space. Which sounds a lot like keeping your mind on your money and your money on your mind. But what I liked of the best, it says suggested play dates, Lucas and Emerson, like a Netflix top picks, because like apparently like Lucas loves to suck on his toes and Emerson's all over the place. They'd be great together. So it got me to thinking. I actually looked at my recent Netflix top picks. I recently watched in the last few weeks 2 seasons of American Horror Story, Phantom of the Opera at the Royal Albert Hall, nerd alert, and Thomas and Friends Day of the Diesels, because Christ Fam was over. And my Netflix top picks based on that, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Cartoon Network's Adventure Time, and Super High Me, the documentary about marijuana. All right, Alex, let's bring the lights back up. So that was deconstructing Christian's artwork. Dan, you'll be back shortly.
I have to leave now?
Yeah, I guess. Well, you know what? If you wouldn't mind getting the thing for me,
yes,
that would
ma'am.
be great. Sorry, you're a good friend and you're also a good helper. So we are bringing to the stage an amazing person. She's wonderful. I'm so excited to have her here, and I'm really excited that she is doing this. There's no other introduction that needs to be said, ladies and gentlemen. The amazing Janeane Garofalo. Thank you.
Oh, look, a red velvet cupcake.
Oh, you can eat it, Quinn. You can eat it. That's yours. I do like cupcakes. All right.
Oh, it wasn't a gift to you.
No, it's not vegan, so I can't eat it. I know. I went there.
You got an allergy?
Yeah, I do actually. There's some milk.
Should I sit in a chair or just keep bending at the wrist?
Oh, you know what? I'll do whatever you do. No, have a seat.
You have allergies, gluten?
Not gluten. Not gluten.
What is
Milk.
Oh, well, dairy.
Yeah, dairy. Yeah.
That old chestnut.
I actually have an EpiPen in my bag. I ended up in a real ambulance.
So you're not just lactose intolerant.
No,
I'm
fucking allergic. Yeah.
Line in the sand, no dairy.
Exactly. Yeah.
You'll die.
Yeah. I mean, that's what they say.
What's with the EpiPen?
That is for the next time I go into anaphylactic shock, which is hopefully sometime soon. No, I'm joking.
Wow.
I know, but we're not here to talk about me.
Oh, I'm sorry, but it's your birthday.
I know. This is true. I'm just so glad you're here. We've met a couple times in passing. Yes. I am a huge fan of your work.
Oh, thank you.
I'd like to thank you for being the description, the inspiration for every casting notice I'm sent on.
You know what else? Can I?
Yeah.
If I may,
please.
I mean, thank you, but it's not the '90s, and I would remind Dan it isn't either when he said every year a new hot star wants to take the job. Do you guys know it's not 1998?
No, I know. But every casting thing I go on, they say we kind of want someone like Janeane Garofalo and Amy Poehler, and I'm like, those are two completely different people.
I can't imagine that's still being said. Amy Poehler, yes, but
they don't know how to say.
I don't think Garofalo's been said in a breakdown since the early aughts.
Oh, it is, and also I might add, they could just say funny women. So
or just funny. I'm not saying I'm funny. I'm just saying funny people. There's no need to gender.
Exactly.
Let's be modern, like the unisex bathrooms here in Brooklyn, which I believe invite moral decay. But that's. I mean, you're playing with fire with it.
This is true.
The promiscuity that the young people get up to in Brooklyn bathrooms.
But it is better than with the way it used to be, where you had to sneak into the men's room, and then it was like, oh my God.
No. This is I like it. It's evolved. I like it.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
And I also like a bathroom with a private. I don't like it to be all loosey goosey.
Yeah, I feel like I'm in one of those like clubs from the '90s where they had the same thing, unisex bathrooms, but I was just like, do blow wherever,
Did you used to?
Yeah, no, I'm actually a little bit older than I look. My half sister was the manager of Limelight, Palladium, and Tunnel.
Oh my gosh!
And back in the days,
I got into Limelight one time when in the '80s.
Well, if we'd known each other, you could have gotten in every night.
And now it's a terrible mall.
Oh, it's terrible.
It's got very uninteresting wares, clothing and stuff. And you would think it would be when you walk past the former Limelight, the church.
It was exactly like that in the 80s.
And I actually quite enjoyed it aesthetically when I went in. I was like, wow, it was aesthetically very beautiful. Right now there's like a mall.
Yeah. Oh, it's a full-on mall. Yeah.
And the clothes are not that, in my opinion, not particularly interesting. But then again, I'm not known for my fashion
You keep
sense.
saying that, but you are my fashion idol icon.
Oh,
I'm not
you
joking.
old so-and-so.
We're just gonna keep loving
know,
each
this
other.
is
Let's
just-
get to the story.
Let's get to the story.
And then we'll. But we also
on Ash Wednesday.
Yeah. Oh yes, that's right. It is a Happy Ash Wednesday. So what did you want to talk about, Janeane? Or you don't say that?
I was going to. Is that what people say? Happy Ash. Happy Ash.
Ash
So that means Good Friday is coming up.
Good.
And-
Happy Good Friday.
Right?
I don't know.
That has to do and Palm Sunday,
Yeah.
and
Psalm.
and Excellent Thursday, which I think is before Good. I think it's before Good Friday.
You already know more than me.
And I used to be quite very Catholic.
Are you serious?
I don't want to get too tangential, but that is my way.
I did not know that.
I was raised. I even went to religious university. This is all true.
I did not-
Religious university. And I was going to read the comedy team thing for you. We discussed this in the subway last time.
Oh.
So, you know. But what? Yeah. But I told Catherine I'd tell this story. But I just wanted you to know that I acknowledge that I said I was going to do it, but I don't know if we're. There is a comedy. This is all true.
Okay.
The oldest comedy team from 300 BC. But I read about it in Lapham's Quarterly, Brooklyn Lapham's Quarterly. Which there really is a transcript from a very famous joke book in the year 300 that was very popular, and I had read some of the jokes from it before. I'm not making that up.
Wow.
Which you had heard, and the main themes are numbskulls and slavery.
Are you serious?
That's true. And
That is amazing. Comedy
and
hasn't
actually,
changed.
I promise I'll get to the story, but actually
yeah.
I brought it. It's
Do.
It's just an example. This is
No, I wanna hear
swear
this.
This is true from Lapham's Quarterly, and it's the oldest documented comedy team of Hierocles and Philadrus. That's true. Their names were Hierocles and Philadrus, and they had a famous joke book here that went around like the great and the good. And here's an example. A man encountered a numbskull and said, "The slave you sold me died. By the gods," he said, "he didn't do anything like that when he was with me." I'll just do one. There's a.
You can do more
Okay,
than one
yeah.
more. This is okay with
Okay,
me.
here's another one. And these were oft repeated. A numbskull who was going on a trip was asked by a friend to buy him 2 slaves, each 15 years old. "Certainly," he said, "and if I can't find you 2 15-year-olds, I'll buy you 1 30-year-old. Rim shot. Okay, and then this is the last one I'll do. But okay, 2 patricidal numbskulls were angry that their fathers were still alive. One said, "So, shall we each strangle our own father?" "No, no," said the other. "We don't want to be called patricides, but if you want, you kill my father and I'll kill yours." Hierocles and Philadrus, ladies and gentlemen, from 300 BC in Greece.
That's not a joke. I was at the Laugh Factory a few weeks ago, and I saw a guy tell the same exact joke, but probably about like
People are still.
women and then rape or something like that.
It's like the Velvet Underground.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like everything flows from that musically, and I don't know why I pulled Velvet Underground out of my hat, but it seems like people,
I got it.
But Hierocles and Philadrus have been influencing comics for over 50 years.
That is amazing. See, this is an educational show.
Okay, so to the point.
let's do
Okay,
the story.
Dan Schachner
Yeah,
and I. And by the way, it would remind me how much I love Boston Legal. It's on Logo from 6 a.m. to 8 a.m. You can watch William Shatner, Dan Schachner. But I love Boston Legal. I love that James Spader too.
Glad I can help.
Any hoozle. I'm just reminding people if they don't know that it's rerunning on Logo. Boston Legal is a very, very good show.
It is. It is.
And very prescient. Today they talked about the NSA and data mining.
Is that true?
What?
What?
I mean, I don't know why anyone was surprised by that, but apparently on Fox 5 News they found the one guy in New York City who was indeed surprised that the NSA had been monitoring things. I took them days to do that.
That is amazing.
Okay, so I have been a fan of the Puppy Bowl for 9 years now, 10, because anyone who knows Puppy Bowl knows that this was Puppy Bowl 10 that just went by, and I have 1 through 9 on DVD. That is fact. I'm not gonna lie to you, not on Ash Wednesday, not a liar. And I have for years been saying to anyone who would listen, how do you get that ref job? It's the same guy every year. And I begrudge you nothing. I never have. There is no ill will whatsoever. It's a great job. If you've ever seen it, it's a fake football field with the puppies. running kitten halftime show sponsored by Bissell Vacuum, hedgehog cheerleaders, hamsters, and a dirigible parakeet tweeting live from the event. And then every once in a while, you get to walk out on the field and pick up a fat pup and flag on the play. You're hugging a toy, and then he puts him back down. And I'm always like, I would just lay on the field. Yeah, I would just lay on the field. I lay on the field. There's a glass bottom water dish with a camera under it, and because some pups dig in the water and then some just sit in it, and it's the best.
I feel like some of them know there's a camera too, and they're like the Truman Show. Do you know what I mean?
I don't know. I don't know if they know, but they must. Dogs are intuitive.
Yeah.
But I think the cameras are fairly discreet. Is that right?
Yes, there's 21 of them.
And so the pups are unaware that they're being filmed, right? So to get the most natural reaction. But I have always said, and I've said it on stage, I've said it to peers, my dad. I want to somehow be involved in Puppy Bowl. So anyway, there was a pre-game event at the Discovery Store. This is my ticket. The Wednesday before the Puppy Bowl. Here is my name tag, lest ye think. See, Discovery Store, Times Square. I was like, I heard about it. I made sure that I got a ticket to go because they were going to have a live recreation of the Puppy Bowl, and you can sit in bleachers. I also was told there was going to be a kissing booth, which I did not find.
Do you mean like
a VIP? You spring for the VIP ticket. You think you can get the kissing booth
with like a doggy kiss?
With dog, you get to kiss pups and get your picture taken.
It's a therapy dog.
Oh, I thought it was random pups.
No, a therapy
well, I
dog.
never found the kissing booth. That's why I wouldn't know.
Got it.
I'm not angry at you. I'm just speaking in strident tones. And I met Lil Bub, the cat that is a permit kitten.
Yeah.
It has some genetic disorder that it will always be a kitten, and it's polydactyl. It's got 6 toes on each. Yeah. And his little tongue is always hanging out. And Amy Sedaris did a special with Andrew WK and Lil Bub on Animal Planet. So anyway, the reason I wanted to go, besides loving this kind of thing, I wanted to meet whoever creates the Puppy Bowl and plead my case to participate. Now, I am not proactive in any way. As I mentioned earlier, I had a pretty good career in the 90s. It went away. I never chased it, clearly. I'm just saying, I'm not
Thank you.
feeling sorry or being self-deprecating. I just want you to see that that's not me. I don't go big or go home in any way. I usually stay home. I don't like to leave my apartment. I'm not in it to win it. Second best is fine. I did come to make friends, that kind of thing. And, I have no A game. There is no A game. It's a gentleman's C.
All right.
So, this is important. Yes. This is important, So I was like, I'm going to be proactive. I'm going to see if I can meet the creators. And I asked around. I did meet them. I asked, because I had met Dan that night, too. And I, again, don't want to displace him. Not that I could, but I'm saying, why would you deny a lovely gentleman? Schachner is the last name. Boston Legal.
2
logo.
children, family.
2 kids, loves the pups, pups love him.
Yep.
And so I met the creators of it, and I said, is there any way I can participate next year? It doesn't have to be on camera. Can I hold the pups before they... I'm being totally sincere. Can I hold the pups before they go on the field, or... Can I do a halftime pup talk? I was just, and they didn't go for it, which I like because it was a dumb idea. So I actually like that. But and they were being polite, and they were like, well, we don't know if you can participate, but if you have any other ideas, and I think they were being polite. So I had to show good faith, and extemporaneously I pitched some show ideas, which I didn't have in the arsenal. But one was called Hold It, where the show is I just hold any baby animal of any kind, any fresh out of the oven animal. That includes all cubs of any kind, a capuchin monkey in a diaper, any a fawn, a lamb, what have
Anything.
you. And it's just called Hold It.
And what did they say when you said that, out of curiosity?
Oh, they were just indulging me. They were very polite. I think they were ambivalent at best about my participation, but I was standing right in front of them and clearly not ready to let them go.
Right.
And Then I pitched one that they did not go for, but I think has legs. I've discussed it on this very stage before, after it happened, and I'm going to do it again. I'm very sorry, but I feel like somebody with a fire in their belly can make this happen. It's not me, but somebody young. And so it's called the Welcome Bowl, and it's similar to the Puppy Bowl. You know, it doesn't have to be a football field. It can just be a bowl-shaped area with puppies, fat babies. Fat babies. Because what a fat baby. I love a fat baby food is going in my mouth. I love a fat baby. Pups, Vicodin.
Yes.
But in bowls high, high up, where the pups and the babies can't get to it. There's going to be a lot of bending and lifting. There's going to be a lot of lifting of fat babies and kisses and lift, pups and baby. You know what I mean? Like there's going to be a lot of lifting, and I have lower lumbar issues, like L5S1, most common.
Oh, nice.
And so the Vicodin is just pragmatic.
Yeah.
And also, I like to make jewelry, so I thought bowls of beads and quality waxed cord.
That is a great idea.
And then I would interview someone. And now I could do without the interview. I was just saying that for their benefit at Animal Planet.
Uh-huh.
And then I was like, John Hamm. I don't have any way of getting in touch with John Hamm. I don't know John Hamm.
How could you make it better? And then you said John
I
Hamm.
know, I said
literally
John Hamm
perked up.
holding a fat baby and a pup, ladies and or gentlemen, who's not going to watch your John Hamms, your Amy Poehler. I was trying to think and then I said, and Paul Rudd, because that's mandatory because of law HR 45B. You have to put Paul Rudd in whatever production you're doing. That was passed in an unusual bipartisan way. That was the one thing they both agreed on, Republicans and Democrats, is that Paul Rudd is America's sweetheart and must be in every single production.
It's true.
And he is an affable gentleman and adorable. And again, I am not being sarcastic. I'm sure that will be twisted as if I am mocking Paul Rudd. I would never do that, Brooklyn.
Have you never met John Hamm?
I have met John Hamm.
Okay.
I don't know him, though, and I would never presume to say, hey, let's do an interview. I just knew that name would mean that's one of those names that you say if you're fake pitching an idea to somebody. And you pretend you could, have access to them. I do not.
Yeah,
Again, it's not 1998, and if it was, he'd be a very young man, probably still in school. And so if I had said John Hamm, they'd say, I don't know who that is. Can you come back after AMC makes a show that doesn't exist yet called Madamen? So,
Or Mad Baby.
Mad. Well, at the time he was probably a
Mad College. There's a show already about
but,
that.
But can I just say it again in summation? Fat babies. Baby animals, some also in diapers. Vicodin. Beads.
Janeane, I don't know you that well.
But
I
you
will
know
make
that you
it-
would enjoy that show.
I will make it my goal to at least make 3 of those things happen on the next Tell the Bartender. Would you promise to come back if 3 of those things were to happen? I can get you Vicodin.
You know what? Yes, I was going to say I would come here, and you had me at Vicodin, but I actually would come here with no, I'm happy to be here, but if you say that you have Vicodin and you are being sincere, because lots of people say, they do it to me all the time. They will say, oh, hey, I have at home. There's always those people that had dental work, and yet somehow a bunch of Vicodin fell into their lap and they haven't touched it. If that's your story that you're going to tell me, we needn't. If it's not on you, we needn't. I don't like those unrequited Vicodin stories.
I can promise you that. I could give you a big maybe to Jennifer Westfeldt, John Hamm's partner, because I have almost had her on this show.
She's very nice.
Would that be okay
one
with
time.
you?
No.
In a diaper.
I love kissing Jessica Stein as
In a
much as
diaper.
the next guy. I think she's in fairness. Why would I have any objections to? You said Vicodin. I have no objections whatsoever.
So we have Vicodin and Jennifer Westfeldt and a puppy and Dan in a diaper.
Right, but you don't.
Done. Deal.
What?
Deal. Done.
All right.
Deal. Dan in a diaper. Well, Janeane, I know you have to go soon. You're doing, Janine's doing an amazing fundraiser for Liza Dye, the comedian who was hit by a train. She's going to go there now and just kill it and
That's not the
donate
right
money.
wording.
No.
That's not the right wording. I mean, I know you didn't mean it, but that just doesn't sound right,
Did you
does it?
see the headline?
You can't have hit by a train and
Did you see the headline when Drake did SNL and HuffPost said, Drake killed on SNL? And that's all it said. And if you weren't a comedian, you'd be like, oh no.
No, I think actually killed is in the lexicon. I'm just saying in the context of this
Of this.
benefit of a person getting hit by a train, it's a little bit.
You're correct, and I'm trying to walk my way out of it.
And I actually shouldn't have said anything either because it looks like now I'm making sport of it.
No,
And
no.
I'm not.
You were just thinking where my mind was going. So we want to make sure you get there on time, so thank you so much for being here.
Oh, thank you for having me.
We would like for you to play Craigslist Ad or Casting Notice with Dan Schachner, and you can win...
Percocet.
First of all, this is where
Can you
you
imagine if that bag was full of back pills?
Oh man!
Oh my God!
How do you know it isn't? You don't know what I paid Dan, and I'll tell you later. Okay, this is STFU Parents, a book written by the amazing Blair Koenig, based on the blog STFU Parents, which is a really fun thing about parents who overshare on social media. And from By Brooklyn, one of our sponsors, it's It is 2 Brooklyn pint glasses.
You are too kind. Why do you?
Well, you have to win this.
You're enough.
Hold on.
You're enough. You don't need to ply people with gifts and all. I feel
Oh,
like
no,
she
wait.
feels like anyone would be happy to sit across her, and that's very nice.
2 Brooklyn pint glasses and little shot glasses. They're hidden in here, but they say "forget about it" and "oy vey."
I'm not allowed to drink anymore. I'm not allowed to
but
drink
it's
anymore.
okay because if you have this with a friend, this is a fun time. Let's build a little terrarium Barbie garden kit.
Or a different color sand.
Yeah,
Make
whatever
layers.
you want to do with
Yeah.
it. So you have to win it first. So this is how we play. Dan is going to read what is
Oh, I
either.
thought it was just a gift. That's why I said you don't have to do it. You're enough. I mean, not that
listen. You get it even if you don't get it right. So just but yeah, you're playing for bragging rights now. So congratulations.
Do I hold it though? Even before I've even been
We'll
challenged?
put it down just to be sure.
She can hold it.
Okay. So, is this either a legitimate Craigslist personal ad or a legitimate actual casting notice? Dan, take it away.
This is from the misconnection section of Craigslist.
What, Dan, we didn't agree on this.
We met at an industry event last month. We all
Dan?
guys from across the
Dan?
room. We bonded
Dan?
briefly over our
Dan,
shared
I
love of
think this
puppies
is an-
playing football.
I
And you
think
tried
this
to
is
steal my job.
Inappropriate. This is, Dan, could you please just read what I emailed you this morning?
This is a real misconnection.
No, we need to, Dan, settle.
Sorry.
I'm sorry,
Oh, no,
Janine.
that's
That was
okay.
totally unexpected.
But I would never try and take your job. Not in this economy. Absolutely not.
All right,
We got
Dan.
that on. We got that recorded, right? Okay, great. All right, this is the real one. Thank you. Okay, so for Janine, do you like World of Warcraft? Seeking male, age 20 to 29, must not be overweight, but also not the muscle jock body type. Chubby is best. At least 5'10", dark hair, dark eyes, no blondes. You must have at least one level 70 in equivalent gear. We'll be quizzing you about World of Warcraft, so if you are not sure about your stuff, please do not respond. Is this a Craigslist ad?
It's a casting, right? Because of the quizzing part.
Is that your final answer?
Final answer?
Yes.
That is actually a Craigslist personal ad. But Janine,
Quizzing with quizzing.
I know. But Janine, you do still.
And it said we. It said we. What
Yeah.
kind of shenanigans?
I know. I
just
never
need-
should have answered it. So Janine, congratulations. And you win this. Thank you so much for playing. Janeane Garofalo, ladies and gentlemen. That was so exciting. Thank you so much, Janine, for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you. All right. Oh, isn't she great? Oh man. Again, one more time. I should receive. Dan, come back up here. So I'm really excited. We're going to now play a game with a member of the audience. It's called Bar Talk.
Oh, great.
And this is how the game is played. So I get one lucky volunteer to come up here and answer 3 questions about bar terminology to win some prizes. So anyone want to play Bar Talk? Yeah, I saw your hand first, sir. Come on up. Come on up. Can you make your way through? All right. While he's coming up, just so you know, we have this amazing sponsor. FiercelyCurious.com is a new thing. So By Brooklyn is the place that Janeane got the presents from. It's all Brooklyn artists. Fiercely Curious is all Brooklyn like visual artists and designers. Hi, how are you? Hey, all Brooklyn artists and designers. It's a great place to find a local painter or jewelry maker. It's run by my friend Erin and Tom, and they are amazing. So this is a $25 gift card on FiercelyCurious.com, and also that bottle of Montepulciano there. Oh no, stand up, stand up. Yeah. No, it's okay. Come on, we're gonna do it at the forefront right here. Hope you're comfortable. All right. So, what is your name, sir?
Solomon.
Solomon, nice to meet you. I'm Katharine. So let's hope you win this. So here's what you need to do. Dan is going to read you 3 bar terms. You tell me what they mean. If you get them right, you win that bottle of wine and the Fiercely Curious gift card. If you don't get any right, you still win the bottle of wine and the gift card. It's like kids soccer. Everyone gets a trophy. Okay. Are you ready to play bar talk? Solomon.
Yes, I am.
Here you go.
All right. Thank you much.
Question 1. What do you get when you ask a bartender for training wheels?
Wait. Isn't it a chaser? Training wheels, a chaser.
Final answer?
It's like a chaser.
I'm sorry. Incorrect. Shall I give him the correct answer, Katharine?
Sorry, you were close, so I'll give it to you. But the actual answer is either a lemon or lime and salt after a tequila shot. So close.
Training wheels. All right. Question number 2.
All right.
What non-alcoholic drink is made with a ginger ale, a splash of grenadine, and topped with a cherry?
Ginger ale, grenadine, cherry.
Katharine loves this drink.
You can
Ginger ale, grenadine.
ask the audience.
That was a great clue. She's dead.
Shirley Temple.
Yes.
One fun fact about that drink, if you want to make it alcoholic, there is an alcoholic version based on her married name called the Shirley Temple Black. It's with dark rum.
Love it.
Yeah. You learned something.
Question number 3. To a bartender, what is a speed rack?
Speed rack.
Best guess.
Best guess? I kind of want to say that thing that you actually, you throw the drink down.
No.
The counter,
It's not a move. It's an actual thing.
Oh, it's an actual thing.
It's a thing. Yeah, it's not a move.
Okay. Man, my imagination is not working today.
Yeah. It's.
Do you want to ask the audience?
No, let's ask the audience.
Ask the audience.
What do you guys think?
Behind the bar. It's next to the place. Wow,
I am not a bartender. I think actually
So based on that, Solomon, what do you think a speed rack is?
it's a place behind the bar.
Solomon, you win FiercelyCurious.com. Check out their website. They are amazing. And this amazing bottle of Montepulciano. I've been instructed by Union Hall not for you to open the bottle until you leave the premises. That is a law thing. Solomon, congratulations. Thank you so much for playing our talk. Solomon, everybody. Go on, grab a seat. Thank you so much for playing. All right, you guys. Wow. It's, I can't believe this show is
Going
almost
great.
done.
You're doing great, Katharine. by the way.
Thank you. You're doing great, Dan.
Janeane hates me, but it's fine.
Oh, she loves you.
Who's next?
All right. So our second guest is incredible. I met him at a storytelling show. He's a musician, a comedian, and just an amazing person. I'm so thrilled to have him here. Ladies and gentlemen, Chris Morris. You're just the best. Hi, how's it going?
Hi.
You comfortable?
I'm good.
All right, good. So, Chris, you're from around here. You're from Long Island?
I'm from Long Island, but I currently live in Brooklyn.
Oh, excellent. Yeah, whereabouts?
Yay. Bushwick. right off the
nice.
Little Wyckoff stop.
Oh, awesome. All right. So you're close by.
So funny thing,
Uh-oh.
the guy that was just up here, that was my college roommate.
Oh. Did you know he was going to be here?
I did not. And now I kind of want to tell a story about him.
You can. Chris, I'm going to be honest with you. We have time, so you can tell both stories if you want.
No,
Are you sure now?
I do have to see him after this, so I'm not going to do
Oh,
that.
to be continued. Well, why don't you tell your first story and then think about
I
it?
will.
All right,
I will
Chris.
say as a preface before that, Gina was talking about fat baby. I was a fat baby.
Oh.
I was a large baby. And that kind of ties into my story. It's because my grandmother raised me, and when I was like, obviously I couldn't get breastfed, you know.
Why not? Sorry. Sorry.
No, there's nothing in there. So instead, she would take a baby bottle and poke a little bit of a bigger hole in it, and put in mashed potatoes, white rice, and butter, blend that all up, and just give that to me. And I would suck on that, and I became a basketball. Yeah.
Wow.
And like, it was weird because like she was an old Jamaican woman, so like she didn't realize that like
That has like
Gerber's
no
didn't make an
nutritional
oxtail
value.
flavor. No.
That is amazing. Wow. Okay. All right. So you have a story about. Well, I'll let you start it off because I only heard bits and pieces of this. I don't know.
So like I said, I was raised by my grandmother, and that's because when I was born, my parents split up about 3 days later.
Do you ever blame yourself? I'm sorry. I also was raised by a single mom, so I can joke around. But I mean, do you blame yourself?
Well, I'm glad we're having this conversation.
Okay.
But yeah, so I didn't really get to know my dad that much when I was a child. Basically, when he came over, it was, hey, here's some money and some stuff. And I'm like, all right, this guy's all right.
Okay.
Then when I was about 13, he calls me up and he tells me, hey, how about we take a road trip down to Florida? You can come see my new house. We can hang out. It'll be a fun summer. I'm like, okay.
So you don't really hang out with him before this. This is sort of an unusual experience.
Before this, I'm 13. I've probably seen my dad about 7 times.
Wow. Okay.
This is number 8.
Wow. All right.
So before we go down on the road trip, he takes me to Junior's for some cheesecake because I love cheesecake.
Oh.
I love cheesecake.
You didn't have milk as a child.
I had to make it up somehow.
There's not enough potato in this cheesecake. There's some rice in here. And,
So anyway, when we get there, I should have known something was wrong because he introduces me to his 2 longtime friends, and then he has to introduce himself to those same 2 longtime friends. And one of these friends was a short Mexican man named Pablo, who wore a Confederate flag t-shirt. And I'm sure that his middle name was Irony. The second person was a tall black woman named Dina. And the first thing that Dina says to my dad is, ooh, you're just a tall drink of water, ain't you? And the first thing Dina says to me, she turns to me and she says, and you just a little sip, I could just drink you right up. I know! Like, I'm at least a gulp.
and these are your dad's longtime friends.
My dad's longtime friends. So we eat, and then we go to the car. And the next sign that something was wrong is that Pablo and Dina each put in like a backpack into the trunk, and my dad puts a duffel bag into the trunk. Kind of like a drug deal, right?
Right, yeah.
It's because this is a drug deal. I'm a part of an interstate drug trafficking ring.
Oh my god, I almost spit out my drink.
But I was 13, I was dumb, I didn't know any better. I'm like, oh, this is cool, we're on a road trip, yay! So we go down.
To be fair, if my father took me anywhere, I mean, there could be like straight up, lines. Charlie Sheen would show up, and I would be none the wiser. I'd be so thrilled that he just showed up. So
Yeah, of course.
All right.
But we drive down, and at some point during the night, we realized, okay, we're not going to make it the whole way, so we stop off in a hotel. And we didn't make a reservation or anything, so we can't get all one big room together, and I'm just fine with that. So, because my father is an upstanding citizen and he loves me so very much, he takes the reservation and he says, "All right, I'll see you tomorrow." And he takes the room with Dina. And I have to sleep with Pablo, who sleeps shirtless.
At least he took it off. At least he took the Confederate flag shirt off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a trade-off. And he snores. That's the worst part, is that he snores. So anyway, I don't know where my dad is because Dina got the other reservation, and I'm in this room with this strange man that doesn't speak English, that sleeps shirtless, and I'm freaked out. And then I managed to get to sleep, but I'm woken up at about 1:30 in the morning by hotels have a bed here, and then on the opposite side there's another bed. Yeah. I'm woken up by the loudest sex you've ever heard in your life.
Oh no.
And once again, I'm just I don't know what to do. I don't know where my dad is. I'm freaked out, but I'm also 13. And I'm not proud of this next part, but
I am.
I get up, I walk into the bathroom, I close the door, and now me and those people are in a threesome that they don't know about yet. So with my ham and sandwich, I realized that because Pablo sleeps shirtless, his shirt is on the bathroom floor. By the way, I'm not the hero of this story. Just so you know. So, like I said, he wears a Confederate flag t-shirt, and you know how some of those hotels, they have in the bathtub that little fold-out chair for the handicapped to use. Whoever cleaned that bathroom got a little surprise from south of the Mason-Dixon. Then I leave the bathroom, I go back to sleep, much more relaxed. And I wake up the next morning, I get all my stuff, I'm in a good mood. Pablo has on another shirt. And I walk out of the room, and because life is a cruel, cruel joke, out of the next room, out walks Dina, and then out walks my dad. Because fuck everything, right? And, no, God, relax. I had it under control. My reaction was, oh God, no! Then we all proceeded to have the most awkward continental breakfast ever. Because everyone knew what they did.
Yeah.
Omelets couldn't cover that shame.
But your dad didn't know what you had done.
No
But
one
Pablo
knew what I had
probably
done.
did when
Until
he saw
tonight.
his shirt. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome Pablo. No? Okay. All right. Oh my God. Yeah. I remember once I used to, I was on the speech team in high school. Yeah. And we used to travel a lot, and we would always share hotel rooms. And the same thing happened to me the first time I heard sex. For real, not on the HBO Fizzle channel thing. Actual, the real loud kind.
Yeah,
where
yeah.
You're you
It's very distinctive.
and you kind of get turned on. But I was in bed
Well,
with that
course.
young lady over there. She was my bedmate. Charlotte, my best friend, was on the speech team. And I remember kind of turning and looking, and she was asleep, and I was like, I could masturbate, but it's not. And I didn't. But I guess. Surprise? All right. But I understand. It's a natural, it's kind of hot when you hear two other people doing it. just not your father.
No. Although what you just said reminded me of another story.
All right, let's do it.
I'll be super quick.
All right.
But when I was in high school, my friends and I all used to like hang out in this one girl's basement because her mom just didn't care. And I remember the first girl that I ever like hooked up with. It was at one of these parties that we had. So I got the second base. Nothing special.
How old were you?
I was like 15.
I didn't get to second base until I was 18.
Well,
Yeah.
at least we're
World's
there.
tiniest violin.
We're there now. So anyway, so that happens, and then like because I'm a stupid teenager, I'm like, oh whatever, I'm gonna go to bed. So
How is that stupid?
you'll see.
Oh, okay.
So I go to bed and like we're all just in a huge pile in one room. So then this is the middle of the day, by the way. This is like 2:30 in the afternoon on a Saturday. So about half an hour later, I'm woken up again by the sounds of some intimate activity. And I don't turn all the way around, but right behind me in the same bed is that girl, and behind her is my best friend in the world.
No.
Like, making it to third base.
Was it you?
Now, I'm an old lady, so just to clarify, because I might be getting these wrong, third base is, pardon me, fingering?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm sorry. It's been a while since I've said that word.
And
Old. I don't...
this time I didn't initiate that secret threesome, but I was tempted.
But were you jealous? Yeah. Oh my God, that is amazing. Well, my sister, I've already said this before in various shows, may or may not have slept with all my friends. So there we are. So everyone's got something, and it's no big deal. You're next, Chris. So anyway, no, I'm joking. She has a kid now. Well, Chris, thank you so much for coming. Are you ready
Thank you.
to play
I'm ready.
for this bag from Buy Brooklyn on Smith Street? Best shop ever, buybrooklyn.com. All Brooklyn locally made products. Amazing. Are you ready
I'm ready.
to play Craigslist Ad or Casting Notice? It's a rhetorical question. I know you're ready. So again, this is from what is either a real, legitimate Craigslist personal ad or an actual casting notice. All right, let's do it. Dan, take it away.
Seeking attractive female zombie. Must know how to act like a zombie.
Craigslist ad.
Specifically looking for someone with zombie experience. In San Francisco, I don't think this is asking a lot. Be able to look like a zombie. This means dressing the part and knowing how to appropriately do your makeup. Don't be shy. You are going to be dressed like a zombie and growling and moaning and spattering fake blood and all else everywhere in public to an audience that may not be even that into it. But I bet they will, in parentheses. Is this a Craigslist ad or a casting notice?
Okay, the audience tells me that it's a casting call, but my gut tells me it's a Craigslist ad.
You are correct. You guys. When I saw that, I know both of them have been Craigslist ads, but oh my God, you guys, there's some seriously messed up Craigslist ads. So, Chris Morris, ladies and gentlemen, stand up. Dan, come back up here. Stay up here, stay up here, stay up here. All right, ladies and gentlemen, Dan Schachner, ladies and gentlemen, give it up for him. Janeane Garofalo, give it up for her. This has been Tell The Bartender. So it was my birthday. Next week is Dan's birthday, and 2 months ago was Chris's birthday. So we're gonna go upstairs and have the best birthday party ever. Please stick around for some drinks if you can. Thank you so much for coming. And good night. Thank you. Thank you again.
I got a message from my sister. She just had a kid. I had to get to Copenhagen to see how she did. My haircut style